gamers and NieR lovers and Taro Yoko lovers alike. Welcome back to NieR Replicant. We are on episode something something, and we are gonna go see our little sister. I need energy for that.
I suppose rules are rules, even if they are absurd.
Correct.
I don't think they're absurd.
Oh?
Those rules are important to the masked people.
You don't say.
And the masked people are important
I
to
do.
us.
And I think it's important we respect that.
Well, well. The boy is beginning to sound like a man.
Boy, I'm not a kid, you know.
Hey, less talking, more walking.
We're literally doing both, lady. What a little rat. Sometimes when I record the episodes back to back, I'm like, how many hours have I been recording? How many episodes have I actually done? Because I'm like sitting here and I'm like, well, you know, I'll take a break after da 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 da. And I'm like, but how many have I recorded? I literally don't know. How many days of videos is that? I don't know. I'm sure it'll be fine, right? Please don't hurt me. I just want supplies. Like how you pick up a lizard and just essentially chop his tail off. You do the same thing with the rat. You're just like, ah! Put that in my pocket. Delightful. You write me every day. I love handwritten letters. Let's go see our sister. Actually, let's not. Let's garden instead. We can plant eggplant. Yeah, whatever. And we can plant a bean. And we can plant a watermelon. And we can plant a pumpkin. And we can plant a tulip. And then we can plant a bell pepper. And a bell pepper. Okay, we can plant a wheat. Water. Just dump that on there. That's good. Let's just dump that on there. It's gonna be fine, guys. You may be wondering, why are you choosing to garden? I don't want to go see my sister, to be honest. Truly, I don't. I can't be sure, but I think there's either an achievement or you get some sort of weapon out of gardening. Wouldn't surprise me. And you know how it is with Taro, you need all the weapons to get the final ending of the game, so I've got to do all these little side questies in order to make sure we're ready to go on ending E. Not that we're even close to ending A. Where's all this money coming from? Yona, are you whoring on the side? I'm just kidding, you sweet little girl.
Yona,
Oh, hey,
how are you feeling?
better now that I'm taking the medicine you brought.
You're still eating that fish?
Good.
By the way, are you gonna stay here today?
No.
You bet.
Really? You'll stay with me? Really?
Yeah, I'll stay with you.
Yeah, Yona. I'll stay.
Yay!
Now get back to bed.
Okay.
I'll give her a little bit of kindness. I guess she's my little sister. I hear a voice. I squint and I see a boy standing before me. His hair is silver, his skin is pale, and he stares up at me with hard, glassy eyes. Soon his lips begin to move, but no sound comes out. What is he saying? I can't hear him. I can't hear him. I can't hear him. I can't hear him. I can't. I try to leave, but something about the boy holds my gaze. I watch his face, expressionless, as his lips flutter slowly. What is he trying to say? Wait, it's a phrase. I can almost make it out. It starts with a S, and then there's an E. I can almost see it now. The letters are beginning to fall together, one after the other, faster and faster. Sealed verse. It's a sealed verse. The thing I'm looking for, the key to saving my sister. I stare at the boy with renewed ferocity, trying to desperately make out his next word. Dream. Dream. What? What the hell does that mean? His lips move again, faster now. I can't follow them. Damn it! I can't make it out! I want to scream. I want to tear the walls down around me, but instead I force myself to be calm. I can do this. I can do it for Yona. Slowly, ever so slowly, I parse out the letters that make up his final words. Forest of Myth.
Just a dream. Even in my dreams, I'm hunting sealed verses.
Morning.
Morning, Yona.
What's wrong? Are you feeling sick too?
No, I had a strange dream.
What was it about?
It's nothing. Don't worry about it.
'Cause I had a dream too.
Oh?
Oh yeah?
Yeah. Me and this boy were playing a game together.
What kind of game?
It was called Guess the Words. I think he made it up because I never heard of it before.
How did it work?
The boy would move his mouth, but no words would come out. Then I had to guess what he was trying to say. It was hard. I wanted to play hide and seek, but we had to play his dumb game instead.
So what did he say?
I don't know. All I could figure out was dream and forest of myth. But don't worry, I'm gonna study hard so that next time I can figure out everything. We
Weird.
should play a game together sometime too.
Sure, Yona.
We had the same dream.
Hey, Yona.
Yay!
Yona, wait. Be careful not to boil it too long, okay?
Come on, I'd never forget that.
Sure, Yona.
I recognize most of the ingredients, but the chunks of meat are so big I don't think they cooked through.
Eat up, okay?
Sure, Yona. It looks, great. Come tomorrow, Yona's not gonna be the only one here who's sick.
Say, next time you go out, could you pick something up for me?
No, not more cooking.
Sure, Yona. What do you need?
A melon.
A melon? You got it.
Don't forget.
I'm growing one if you want to go outside and water it. I'll let you outside. Just don't leave, like, the gate, you know?
Something troubling you, lad?
Yeah, her cooking is shite.
It's nothing. Don't worry about it. Come on, I need to go ask Popola something.
Her cooking sucks shite. Yeet. Alright, the Pope Battler. I want you to know you have to come over and eat my sister's cooking next time she does, because I can't be the only one who suffers that. You heard?
What's up, Popola?
Oh, hi. I just got a strange letter in the mail.
Wow, strange things are happening everywhere. It's such like coincidence. Dearest Popola, I hope this letter finds you well. I'm writing in hopes to bring your attention to a certain dream issue of concern regarding recent events in the Dream Village. I was hoping I might be able to get your advice dream on the matter. Recently, there have been dream reports, dream of a certain dream of dream, evil dream, empty dream, cursed dream, evil dream, words, dream, and dream, someone dream.
That is certainly one bizarre piece of writing.
I think it's art.
The mayor of a small village in the Forest of Myth. It's a wooded area up north.
The Forest of Myth?
It's real?
They're usually a bright and cheerful group of people. Something like this is very out of character for them. I have a bad feeling about this.
I'll check it out.
You will? But...
Don't worry about it. I've got business there anyway.
Oh, well, alright. Thank you. The Forest of Myth...
Can you go drink with your sister? I know, but I have another quest. Oh wait, I have to like make the drink. Something like that. Dream. We know all about dreams. What's that dream song from Spy Kids? You know the one. Just pretend I'm singing it. I know you're singing it now. I don't know what it is, but I know there's a song that involves dreaming and the big thumb dudes. It is cloudy today. Look at that. You. Let's go, boy. You and I. Dismount. And get this mutton. Perfect. Wool. Love that for me. That's not mutton at all. Oh, you know what we could do while we're out here? Something I don't want to do.
Look.
Would that be the canine we were looking for?
It's the missing dog. That poor old man's gonna be pretty upset. We should at least give him a proper burial. Hey, wait. I think the dog has something in his mouth. It's some kind of leaf.
This is a rather dangerous location for leaf hunting. I wager this decision cost the animal its life.
Well, the least we can do is bring it back to the old man. It's too bad about that poor dog. This is gonna be hard for that old-timer to deal with.
Be they dog or man, no living thing can escape their ultimate fate.
That include you, Vice?
In truth, I have never considered the question. I suppose at some point in time I may simply wink out of existence.
Well, that sounds horrible.
Say,
Yeah?
see here, lad. If I ever find myself departing this world,
Quit being morbid, Vice. Besides, you can't die. You're made of paper.
one can always hope, I suppose.
Okay, we're not riding him because I missed. And now he's there. Well, it's fine. We'll get there. If I just keep running, it'll be fine. Hello, everybody. My guy's stamina's gotta be off the shizzards. How much cardio do you do, bro? What's your workout routine? What do you like? 15? Okay. Welcome to the Forest of Myth. It's beautiful.
It sure is quiet here.
Such silence bodes ill. There's trouble on the way. I'm certain of it.
You know, a little optimism now and then wouldn't hurt, Vice.
Such cheek.
Such cheek.
Beware. Beware the words.
The words? What do you mean?
Contagious words. Those who dream.
Those who dream?
Hold a moment. There is a strange new sensation in my mind.
Vice's voice rose in a quizzical way.
It is not quizzical.
What's going on?
The villager's body shuddered as he slowly opened his eyes.
Perhaps we should start by asking this man.
Who are you?
We heard something happened to this village, so we came to see if we could help.
The mayor stared at Clocky and Vice.
If you can speak to me, I must have caught you in my dream.
In your dream?
The mayor explained, in the past weeks, a mysterious disease called the Death Dream has spread across the Forest of Myth. Those who caught it were cursed to fall asleep and live forever within the world of their own dreams. The village mayor had determined the Death Dream was spread from person to person by spoken words, but before he could learn more, the disease took him as well. Vice stared at the mayor, his mouth twitching slightly.
Now see here. Are you saying that we have been absorbed into your dream?
Well, yes. I think you have.
In other words, we've caught the Death Dream?
Before the mayor could confirm Clocky's suspicion, Vice exploded with rage.
Ridiculous. Preposterous. Completely unfathomable on every conceivable level. I don't even recall falling asleep.
That's just how the Death Dream works.
Though polite, the mayor was clearly trying to brush aside the book's remarks.
My remarks are not to be brushed aside, fool.
The mayor twisted his mouth into an embarrassed grimace and then quickly changed the subject to who Clocky had seen and what they had discussed since coming to the village.
Something there must have caused you to enter my dream. A certain conversation, a specific word, something.
Clocky and Weiss racked their brains but could find no easy solutions. There were simply too many words to consider, too much random chatter, and too much meaningless conversations.
Grimoire Weiss does not engage in meaningless conversations.
The mere suggestion that Weiss chose his words carelessly seemed to sting his pride.
It does not seem to sting my pride, you bloated gasbag of a narrator. It has demolished it utterly.
Irritated, Weiss looked skyward as if searching for answers in the heavens.
I was doing no such thing. Just leave me alone already.
The anger created by his harsh words bled over Clocky like a contagion. Wait, said Clocky suddenly. Did someone just say contagion? Yes, I believe so. What of it? Well, the villager told us to watch out for contagious words, right? The mayor leaned forward with renewed interest, pushing a startled Weiss aside in the process. He must have said something, right? Asked the mayor. Some specific combination of words? What was it? It's about a dreaming or something dreams are... Oh, what the hell was it? A sheep? Cried Weiss suddenly, blurting out the first thing that popped into his head. The others stared at him for a moment before slowly shaking their heads. After a few more minutes of thought, Clocky's face suddenly lit up. I remember! He said those who dream. That's what he said. I'm sure of it! At this, the mayor produced a thick sheaf of papers in his pocket. He flipped through them a few times before finally nodding his approval at Clocky. That sounds right, he said, as a stray sheet of paper fluttered to the ground. My notes also mentioned something about that. I bet it was the last thing you heard before you fell asleep. The mayor shook his head, his worn pencil stub tracing the lines on a lone piece of paper. For the last month, I've done nothing but study the disease we call the death dream, he said. I mean, I'm the mayor, right? It's my job to protect people from whatever comes along, but I never expected a couple of outsiders to start entering people's dreams. The mayor paused, a grimace crossing his face. I should probably be taking notes or something. Weiss immediately fired back. I applaud the force of will it takes to research a disease in your dreams, he said. But perhaps we should bend your efforts to escaping this place instead of trying to understand it. The mayor's hand tightened around his pencil, snapping off the tip. I've tried to escape. From the very moment I realized I was locked inside of my own dream, I've been looking for a way out, but I don't think it exists. I mean, this is my dream, right? If there was an exit, I'd know it. He paused for a moment, his unfocused eyes staring at nothing. My village was beautiful, he said, to no one in particular, and it was filled with the most wonderful people you could ever hope to meet. But once this disease took hold, things changed. It's like someone took a sponge and soaked it, all the color out of our lives. I just want us to be whole again. I want us to be free. And I won't stop trying until it happens. Clocky nodded in agreement. Huh? Wait a second. I didn't nod. Look, if we can be of any help, said Clocky, just ask. Now hold on! Hold on! I did not just say that! Silence! Cried Weiss. The grimoire looked from Clocky to the mayor back again, his face filling with confidence. Grimoire Weiss's face is always confident. Thank you very much. Now see here, Mayor, you told us nothing that can exist in this dream without your knowing of it. But yet you seemed surprised to see us when we first arrived, yes? The mayor slowly raised his head, realizing, dawning on his face. Oh my god, he said, you're right! You're right! I had no idea you were coming! The human imagination is limitless engine, said Weiss, and dreams are the fuel. If you can imagine an exit, then there must be so. With your permission, we shall search it out. Thank you, said the mayor. I don't know how I can repay you. Payment is not required. We are as eager as you to be done with this place. The mayor suddenly felt as if he could breathe again. He had almost forgotten what it was like. Good luck, you two, he called, departing from the forms of Clocky and Weiss. We're all counting on you. As Clocky slowly faded into the misty forest, the mayor was struck by a sense of déjà vu. I saw this man once before, he thought. But where? Clocky's mood darkened as he trudged through the forest. Hours earlier, when the beauty of the place was still a new thing, he'd been confident they could get in, find the exit, and be home in time for dinner. But the deeper they went, the more the forest clouded in around him. The mist made it difficult to see more than a foot in any direction, and the moss-covered rocks seemed determined to twist his ankle. More than once he'd been forced to steady himself on the rough bark of a tree. His hands now felt small trails of blood on everything he touched. Additionally, Vice was proving to be a spectacularly poor traveling companion. Unhindered by either terrain or physical effort, he spent most of his time urging Clocky to pick up the pace and grumbling about their slow progress. Finally, after Vice muttered something about legless turtles being more adept at navigating the environment, Clocky snapped. "Okay, Vice, cram it for a second, would you? You don't have to walk!" Clocky leaned against a tree and tried to stretch the knots from his back. "How can this stupid forest be so big?" he muttered to himself. The moment the words stumbled from his mouth, the cacophony of insects sprang to life. Every imaginable form of buzz, click, and hiss roared at a volume that rattled his teeth. Clocky snapped his hands over his ears and screamed to be heard, "Vice! What's going on?" Clocky could see Vice's mouth moving, but he might as well have been shouting in a tornado. The insects screamed and the forest howled. And then, just as Clocky's ears seemed ready to tear from his head and go running for cover, the sound diminished. Hesitantly, he removed the hand from his left ear and listened to the creatures of the woods. "Zree, zree, zree, zree! Shock, 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 jockey, jock, jock! Woo, 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 woo! Sheesh!" The insect symphony dimmed to another decibel. Clocky began to detect patterns in the sound. "This isn't random," he thought. "It's not just white noise, it's something else." The insects weren't calling out, they were asking a question. "1 with it is lacking, 2 with it is ideal, 3 with it is dangerous. What is it?" "By my pages, is this a riddle?" "I guess so. I mean, it feels sort of forced, but maybe it's the key to getting out of this place." "Then leave it to you to answer." 1 with it is lacking, 2 with it is ideal, 3 with it is dangerous. What is it?" Inwardly furious that Vice left the test to him, Clocky sighed and gave the only answer that made sense. "It's a secret, right?" The sound of the insects stopped suddenly, and the forest parted before Clocky like a rippling wave opening a new path. "These 4th arthropods are making a road for us," said Vice with glee. Pleased at passing the test, Clocky moved on with new intensity. The path offered his body relief from the underground, but it gave even cheer to his mind. As long as they were on the path, their journey had a purpose. "I guess the forest has accepted us, huh?" said Clocky. Vice spun around to face his companion. "Do not mistake the will of this forest for some happy pet you can suddenly befriend. We have no idea where this path leads." As Vice finished speaking, the pair turned a corner and found themselves facing a clear forest spring. Smiling, Clocky picked up a small rock and sent skipping it across the water of the surface of the water. "Good heavens," said Vice. His surprise was understandable. Each time the rock struck the surface of the water, a musical note rang out. When the rock finally stopped moving and sank to the bottom of the spring, the ripples of it left behind came together to form words. "I enter through the window, but I break no glass. When night falls, I vanish. What am I?" "Absurdly easy," barked Vice. "Now answer it." Clocky grit his teeth and tried not to reach out and strangle his companion. He's right after all. This one is pretty easy. "I enter through the window, but I break no glass. When night falls, I vanish. What am I?" Sunlight! A plume of water suddenly bursting from the spring. Sunlight filtered through the trees and reflected off the plume, creating a shimmering rainbow that spanned the entire horizon. "In all my years," said Vice softly, "I have never seen such a sight. Perhaps I have misunderstood the intentions of this place." "Hey, look!" cried Bucky, awakening Vice from his daze. "There's a house or something over there." Glancing in the direction of his friend's extended hand, Vice saw a small cottage nestled among the trees. "That's weird, isn't it, Vice? I mean, who would build a house all the way out here?" Clocky walked over and pounded on the door. After a few minutes, a solid banging, the door cracked open and a small man peered out. His body was cloaked from neck to toe in a large black cape, with his face obscured by mist. But before he could get any further, the cloaked man held up a hand and began speaking. I have 4 legs in the morning, 2 at noon, but at the end of the night with 3. What am I? Clocky tried to ask the cloaked man who he was and what he was doing there, but he simply repeated the question. If we wish to engage this man in conversation, it seems we must answer his riddle. Yeah, I suppose. Well, at least it's an easy one. I have 4 legs in the morning, 2 at noon. By the end of the night, I have 3. A man. The mist dissolved from the cloaked figure as he spoke a single word. Correct. And with that, the man flung his garment aside, revealing his true identity. You're the mayor! Cried Clocky. The small man slowly shook his head. I am not the mayor you know. Now listen to my words. Long ago, I saw a version of you that was not yourself. Sorry? What does that mean? It will make sense in time. At present, I simply congratulate you on cracking the seal of the death dream. Now you must go to the person at the forest entrance. With that, the man turned on his heel and slammed the door behind him. As Clocky watched, mist seeped up from the ground and enveloped the cottage, erasing it from existence. When Clocky and Vice returned to the forest entrance, they found the mayor leaning against the tree. As soon as he caught sight of the duo, he sprang to his feet and scrambled over to them. Good gravy, he cried out. You made it! You actually made it back! He left his hand grasped as Clocky's pumped it so fiercely it threatened to dislodge it from his socket, while his right squeezed Vice by the cover and swung him through the air. Gah! By the heavens! Stop shaking me, fool! We have not even told you if we were successful or not. The mayor smiled broadly and shook his head. I'm just happy you're alive. I didn't think I'd ever see you again. Clocky withdrew himself from the mayor's eager handshake with a slight smile. We broke the death dream seal, he said. At least I think we did. The mayor's face beamed as Clocky filled him in on the details. When the tale was done, the 3 of them laid down on the forest ground and fell asleep. Clocky cocked his head. Okay. Hang on a second. This is crazy. Why would we just lay down and go to sleep? Cease your endless prattle and go to sleep, fool. Fighting against the rules of this place is futility itself. Clocky and the mayor obediently reclined atop the grassy earth. Have you forgotten, continued Vice, it is words that control the death dream, words that allow us to move from place to place. No matter how unnatural they seem, the words are absolute. Therefore, if the words tell us to sleep, then sleep. We shall. And once we do, the story will continue. And with that, the trio found their eyes growing heavy, their breath slowing. This is the first time, began the mayor. The first time I have ever felt tired since I was imprisoned here. His words were cut off by a loud, long yawn. And then he remembered nothing more. They might have slept for an hour or a year. When they awoke, things had slightly more real quality to them. The mist felt thicker and the leaves felt greener. It was clear that they had awakened from their dream. Clocky shook the mayor's shoulder gently. Good news, he said. I think we made it. Oh, wow, said the mayor. We did, I'm back. And then, as if not quite believing the sight from, you two have no idea how much this means. The death dream was spreading through our village, and I wanted to, well, I thought I could figure out how to stop it, but I guess that wasn't the case. I must have caught the disease and become trapped in my own dream. The mayor started to stand and then collapsed back to the earth. He stared at his legs as if trying to remember how they worked, and then glanced at Clocky and shrugged. Without a word, the young man reached down and pulled the mayor to his feet. Real life may take some getting used to, said the mayor with a wry smile across his lips. You shall relearn in short, I'm sure, said Vice. For now, you should return to your home and rest. No, said the mayor, I can't. Some of the villagers are still trapped, and I have to save them. The mayor slowly made his way to the divine trees in the center of the village and bowed his head and prayed silently. This is a holy tree, he explained, and the prayer was finished. It is the guardian of our village's history and memories. Superstition will only make our mission harder, muttered Weiss. We should not put our faith in the gods. The mayor shook his head. Not the gods. The words. The legend says that our tree is home to a powerful magic known as the sealed verse. Clocky and Weiss could not contain their surprise. It seemed the goal had been found in the most unexpected of places. I say, muttered Weiss, this is certainly a stroke of luck. And the three of them said their goodbyes. Clocky mentioned the strange man who had given them the third riddle and the mysterious words that he had left them with. I once saw a version of you that was not yourself, muttered the mayor. What in the world does that mean? Lost in thought, he stared into space for a long moment. You know, this is going to sound odd, but I had a feeling I'd seen you before, too. Hockey tried to keep a straight face and failed. The mayor didn't seem to notice. Deja vu, right? Anyway, I suppose it's some kind of illusion created by the death dream. It probably doesn't mean anything. Clocky gave the mayor a nod and a smile, but inwardly his thoughts were racing. There's something wrong about the mayor and his words, and what exactly is going on here. The riddle would prove to be the most difficult one of all.
Oh, thank you so much. Now I can finally return to a normal life.
This is one of the most bizarre diseases I have ever encountered.
I know. That's why we have to help the other villagers, no matter what.
Woo! I did it, ladies and gentlemen! I knew it was coming. Alright, so we got Dark Blast, we got Dark Land.
For a sealed verse.
Yes, all a touch too easy if you ask me. It's almost as if someone was guiding us to this village.
Don't overthink advice.
Alright, let's change our... Oh, I don't use defend. Dark wall. Let's do some... do dark wall. I like the dark blast. It's very classic. Oh, fancy. Whoa! Cool. Sorry. I got this.
This person must be dreaming too.
It would appear that way, yes.
Can't say I'm very excited to go back there. That dream world sorta creeps me out.
Perhaps you should spend less time complaining and more time getting on with the mission.
Yeah.
Here we go! I breathe air scented with death and resist the urge to laugh, for I know it will sound like the words of a madman. How long have I been in this fresh hell? My box, my prison, is tucked beneath the stairway in the long, unused catacombs of some infinite castle. Outside, I hear the sounds of a funeral dirge that plays without end. Light has no place here. Wind is forgotten friend. I pray for my death to come, but he forsakes me. Time passes, and eternity slips by in a single tick of the clock. Someone knocks on my prison. Anyone there? I hear an unfamiliar voice say. My savior! I claw at the door of my jail, embedding thick splinters under my ragged nails. I scream for help. I laugh. I sob. Surely this is a product of my addled mind. Surely it cannot be true. Help me, I cry. For the love of God, help me! Impossibly, I hear the sound of a lock being torn out and falling to the floor. As the door suddenly creaks open, I have just enough time to see the silver-haired boy in the floating book before light pours inside. My eyes, accustomed to blackness, explode with pain, and I am forced to turn away. "Who are you?" I ask, shaking hands covering my face. How have you come to this place?" "I am Grimoire Weiss, and this is Clocky. Long have we been searching for you. Now come, stand. We shall awaken from this nightmare together." The one known as Clocky extends his hand and pulls me from the cell. Though my eyes are slow to adjust to freedom, my ears are keen as ever, and they recognize the staccato sounds of heavy rain. "I never thought I'd hear that again," I whisper. "Would that be this were not such a terrible storm?" said Grimoire Weiss. "Look at your feet." I force my eyes open and see water pulling around my ankles and lapping at my shins. "There's so much of it." "Yes, and more to come. Each moment we delay, if we do not make our good escape, we shall drown in this castle. We know you are weak, but you are our only hope to survive this place." Time, that long-forgotten friend, made itself known again. I nodded my head and swore to save my rescuers, no matter the cost. The castle catacombs are a maze, twisting upon themselves like an endless entrails of a giant. I squint down at the dim corridors. Proceed north. At the end of the corridor, I find a row of 20 gorgeous canopied beds resting atop a carpet of velvet. They're all covered in a thick layer of dust and cobwebs. Searching for the door next to the room, I come upon a shapeless mass of gray matter. It has been shoved against the side of the wall, despite my fever. I think I see the outlines of a door just beyond. When I reach out a finger and touch the piece of the mass, it turns to dust and drifts away on the wind. Realization slowly dawns. I fall to my knees and weep. Corpses. I face a mountain of charred, crumbling corpses. I look to it from the beds and back again until the horror dawns full upon me. Someone has piled these bodies into a tower and set them ablaze. Whether they were alive or dead, I don't know. Insanity will not permit me to consider the proposition further. I make a sound, whether a scream or laughter, I cannot be certain, and then my mind grants me merciful blackness as I find myself opening the door and leaving the most terrible of rooms. I squint down. I proceed north. I find myself at a great hall with sounds of rain. Waterlogged red carpet squishes as I approach the center of the room. Once there, I behold a beautiful dining table which rests upon china and silver finest construction as well as remains face. My eyes continue to adjust as I see many chairs surrounding the table, each holding a dinner guest. Noticing movement, I approach the chair. The truth is, I recoil in horror. The host of the feast is a corpse, and they're all invited guests. An army of foul, wriggling insects have made home in their remains. And this is the movement I saw. Those once splendid feast is now nothing but a requiem of the damned. I take a moment and steady my shaking hands and slowly back from the table. Desperate to lose sight of this abomination before me, my gaze lands on the chairs, which is the dead were seated. This is a mistake, for the chairs to prove to be even more terrible for the feast itself. Each one is covered in a layer of spikes that run up the seat, up the back, and down the arms. This explains the color of the carpet beneath my feet. I can only pray that the unfortunate diners were dead when the meal began. For if not, this is a simple task to envision the agonized screams that must have sprung forth from their mouths. My mind gasps frenetically at the possibility that these souls had committed some terrible crime, or which this was punishment. Though in truth I suspect they had committed no crime at all. There would be no tomorrow for these unfortunates, and this was their last supper. I squint down the dim corridors, and I proceed north. Against all hope, we make it to the front door. "Break it down," someone cries, so I give in to the effort. In tandem with Clocky and Weiss, I slam my body against the thick, sturdy door, and on third try it gives way, and we find ourselves sprawled on the ground inside the castle. The storm is in retreat. The clouds above are still dark and foreboding, but to the west I can see a thin shimmer of sunlight trying to break through. "How can I thank you?" I cry. I surely would have died in there. Looking down, I suddenly notice that my dress is in tatters, sheepishly try to cover my exposed skin. Your dress? Then you're a woman, madam. I am. I prefer the two. I suppose it comes something of a surprise, seeing as how I only exist in the form of words. I can see that one, known as Clocky, is disappointed that the torn dress will be given no further description, but he hides it well. With a nod and a shrug, the three of us step forth to our awakening. But behind us, an awakening of another kind is taking place. Black smoke fills the abandoned castle, providing countless of the damned souls inside with their final shroud. After a moment, the castle's windows shatter with a mighty roar, and a fresh breeze flows through the hallways and corridors, clearing the smoke away for good. As we watch in awe, unaccountable black shadows slowly flicker to life, crossing to and fro in front of the broken windows. The castle's dead have awakened to their new life as shades.
You have anything to say about that?
Hopefully there will be no labyrinth next time.
Hopefully my eyes won't
I hear
bleed
that.
next time.
And another victim.
One more,
I figured
guys.
a book like you would be into all this word stuff, Vice.
Even I have my exceptions. Now let's be off.
Whoo! A colony of massive sculptures was visible in the distance, and their tall forms scraping against the sky. Vice and Clocky had never seen such a sight, and their eyes widened as they tried to take it in.
Those buildings must be huge if we can see them from this far away. What do you think, Vice?
As Vice considered his answer, the sun beat down on them with renewed ferocity.
Perhaps they are some manner of mirage.
Under this heat, a mirage or two would hardly be an unexpected sight. Clocky nodded and wiped the sweat off his brow, leaving a trail of sand in its place. He thought he'd never been so thirsty. The ancient road on which they walked was black and cracked with age. Here and there, the thin wisps of grass pushed through and up the rocky surface, as if defying those who had laid this material down over their home. The heat reflecting from the road made Clocky lightheaded. His feet hurting, he crouched down to rest. I don't know how much longer I can do this. Is someone playing a joke on us or what? The complaining has already begun. Vice tried not to let his eyes roll too much. A joke, he said? No, no joke. This road leads to the city of art. Perhaps the path itself is simply a manner of grand artistic work. You don't sound very sure of yourself there. Perhaps not, but I'm thinking if this way might be easier for you to bear. Clocky glanced at Vice, grinning his face, and shook his head and resumed walking. As time passed, Clocky's feet grew more painful and his throat drier as he thought possible. He tried not to look further than the next step ahead because the bright sunlight made him hesitant to trust his own senses. We were definitely getting close, said Vice in an effort to cheer his companion. Yes, this much is certain. Encouraged, Clocky lifted his gaze. Suddenly, he stopped walking, choosing instead to stand in the middle of the road with his mouth and eyes wide open and his finger pointing in the distance. Water, he cried. It's water. Water, asked Vice. Preposterous. I don't see any water. Over there, just ahead of us. Look, the sun is reflecting on it. Without waiting for a response, Clocky sprang to life and bounded toward the sight. What in the... There was no water. There was nothing but sand in every direction. Clocky closed his eyes and sighed as Vice floated up behind him and chuckled softly. I believe this is known as a mirage. Many desert travelers have spoken of such things. Clocky shook his head, bewildered. Suddenly he pointed off in the distance, his eyes one more. Wait, there it is! I missed it! Look, it's right there! Clocky sprinted off again, leaving Vice with no choice. After a few minutes of running, Clocky came to a halt. I could have sworn it was right here. Confused, he put his hands to his eyes and rubbed them vigorously. As soon as he stopped, he noticed a blue shimmering pool of clear water just over. Without a shout, he bounded off in search. The chase continued for nearly an hour, with an exasperated Vice finally floated up to Clocky and struck him in the face with his cover. Enough, you blithering idiot! Stop this at once! There is no water here. Clocky's face clouded. There isn't? No, there is not. And perhaps next time you will listen to me when I tell you as much. Vice paused for a moment, then continued speaking in a slightly kinder tone. However, I suppose this mad chase was not altogether wasted. It seems we've arrived at the City of Art. Clocky looked up, stretched out before him in a row of impossibly tall sculptures. Their journey was at an end. They're huge, cried Clocky, completely forgetting the heat. I've never seen anything so big. Each sculpture was formed roughly shape, size, tall, rectangular, and stretched upward towards the sky. But that is where the similarities ended. Most were covered with panes of glass that reflected light in thousands of directions, while others seemed to be nothing but frames of steel. Some had tall spires at their tops, while others possessed triangular caps. What kind of city is this? Where are the people? What are the houses? Perhaps the land is intended exclusively for artistic use. The debate continued as they made their way through the city. Miracles of an artistry were everywhere. Great iron gates, wheels that sat on silent steel rails, beautifully carved works with lights of red, amber, and green dangled over every corner. As they moved away from the massive sculptures, they found stoplights. They found a great array of smaller ones. Some were just covered in glass or brick, but many were composed in materials they'd never seen before. The sheer variety of colors and styles was staggering. Unable to find the theme or purpose of the abstract works around them, Clocky and Vice eventually fell silent. On the outskirts of the city, they discovered the 3 sculptures in the shape of humans. Clocky uttered the sigh in relief as he approached them. Finally, I was getting tired of modern art. The 3 statues were indistinguishable except for one single word chiseled on their right arms. One read Alpha, one read Beta, and the final read Gamma. As Clocky moved to touch the nearest statue, a bird flew atop from one of the sculptures, alighting the statue's shoulder. It emitted a brief, beautiful song that took the form of words. Only one form is real, and the others are false. The real form will always speak the truth. The false ones will only speak lies. With that, the bird departed. As if on cue, the 3 statues shuddered to life, acquiring color and forms as they began to breathe. Hey, look at that, Clocky. They're alive. The triplets bowed before Clocky. Please, said Alpha, you have to get me out of this nightmare. I am real. Stop lying, said Beta. He turned to Clocky and threw his hands in the air. Alpha's a fake. You know, I'm the real one. What a load of crap, said Gamma. Beta is fake. Everyone knows I'm the only real one around here. The respective pleas given the 3 statues returned their frozen state, and silence again enveloped the city. When you consider all of the statements, and only one of them could be a real thing, Clocky furrowed his eyebrows and considered his answer. Only one form is real and the others are false. The real form will always speak truth, and the false ones will only speak lies. The real one is Beta. Though Clocky's words betrayed a notable lack of confidence, he was relieved to see Vice nodding. If Alpha were telling the truth, Beta and Gamma would be fakes. If that in the case, Beta's claim that Beta is fake would be the truth, even though Gamma is a liar, therefore that theory crumbles. Now let us presume that Gamma spoke the truth. That makes Alpha and Beta liars in this situation. However, Beta is calling Alpha a liar, which means they leave us with the 2 statues telling the truth. Finally, let us assume that Beta is telling the truth, so if Alpha and Gamma's lies would make sense, therefore Beta must be real. At Vice's finished explanation, Alpha and Gamma crumbled soundlessly into dust, while Beta sprang to life. Congratulations, villager, said Vice. Time to awaken has arrived. Thank you for saving me. He dropped to his knees and bowed his head as low as it could go before an uncomfortable Clocky pulled him to his feet. Why did we have to dream like this? Have you been to the city before? The villager slowly looked around at the bizarre objects. I don't think so. I mean, it's impossible, right? There's no way I could have been to a place like this. But at the same time, I feel like I've seen it before. Deja vu, muttered Clocky. Just like the mayor. The vague sense of unease struck Clocky during the mayor's dream spread once more through his mind.
That was rough.
I am positive I have seen that place before.
Okay, that's enough. Don't need you getting all Okay, there. Now all the village...
Yes, I think I have had enough wordplay.
You're telling me.
I'm sorry, this episode is not the most visually appealing. I'd always hoped when they did the remaster that they would edit this.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. Here, I have something for you.
Wow, this looks...
Of course. It's apparently a weapon.
Well, we appreciate it.
Thank you again.
I'd always thought that they would, like, finally animate it. I was wrong, obviously. I have new weapons. Oh, so this is the... What do we got? Ooh, faith. A little less damage, but it's got a 20% magic power. If I equip this, and then maybe add some words to it. We can increase its attack power. We can equip Paralyze. That's cool. That should be good. And then let's do magic. And so we have Dark Blast. We can increase its magic power. And then we can... Ooh, item drop rate or magic cost. Let's do item drop rate for that one. The Dark Lance. We can also do magic power for that one. And then we can do like magic cost for that one because it's a big attack. Yeah? Cool. Let's save. Cool, we don't have to do that again. Now let's get our cheeks out of here. Did frickin' Kaine not come in this shit with us? I could.
So how was the village?
Not great.
Oh, it was truly magnificent. There are no words. Really.
Neat.
Let's get back to Popola. She'll probably want to know what's going on in there.
I would consider ending the episode right though, but I don't want this to feel like the world's most boring episode, so... This guy's kind of hard to... Hi, lady! Button? Yes. Button? Yes! Baller! I'll give you a little more action than just text reading. I know this is a hard episode. There's several instances in this particular game where it's black screens and text reading. I don't know why exactly that is. Truly, I can't tell you why it was never, you know, animated or it just is, man. I apologize. It's not an extremely...
Here's your mutton, ma'am.
Oh, thank you.
It's not extremely delightful to watch. I hope my reading skills are halfway decent. I'm working on getting better with reading skills. I know I flub words every now and then, but I meant just like making it exciting and putting, you know, inflection and stuff like that. And not like a monotone flat read. I learned some lessons from my voice coach.
The death dream certainly is a strange illness.
Yeah, don't make me do it again.
Yeah, it was something all right.
Even I, with my natural love for words, have no desire to visit that place ever again.
You guys did well.
Yeah.
You've been making a lot of long trips lately. Are you sure you're not pushing yourself too hard?
I'm fine. That was
I'm
just
okay.
a lot of reading.
I can't just sit around all day while Yona's sick, after all.
True.
If you say so.
So, anything I can do for you?
Well, I suppose there is one thing I could use a hand with. The work probably won't happen for a while, but once it's done, we can use the canal for
Fast
trade and
travel!
and all Unfortunately, however, we're a bit behind schedule at the moment. If you're willing to help out, I'd really appreciate it.
No problem.
Great. So, the man I originally asked to help on this project hasn't shown up for work in a few days. I'm starting to get a little worried. So, I'll mark the location of his house on your map. He always
Thanks.
carries a red bag over his shoulder, so he should be easy.
Got it.
Red bag, shoulder. Easy peasy lemon squeezy, you know how it is?
A canal, is it? Fascinating. If we had a ferry, we could put these days of endlessly running about behind us.
Don't you just float everywhere anyway?
Do you think I am borne aloft by the winds, lad? It takes stamina to maintain this height.
Oh, really?
You could at least try to hide the utter dismay, you know.
No.
Make sure you stuck.
What do you have? Cool.
Come back.
No. I'm good, but thank you. What do you sell?
We've got some nice.
Ah, I could have gotten berries from you. I see. Did you sell the melon?
We've got some new
I think the melon's only at the
come back soon.
other.
Excuse me, have you seen the old man who lives here?
You mean Granddad? He passed away. His heart finally gave out on him.
Oh man. Looks like he went with his best friend after all. Here, hold on a second. His dog had this leaf in his mouth when we found him.
That's the herb Granddad used for his heart medication. Well, I suppose I owe you a great deal. I can't give you much, but I hope you'll accept this.
Such a faithful animal.
You think Max and Granddad are together in heaven?
I do. I'm sure of it.
You're right on time, Abby.
Excuse me.
I don't think so. Why? Is something wrong?
I care more about the dog than your son.
When I got home, I found a note from him that said he was leaving and not to look for him. What if he's left the village? Please, you have to help me. I'll pay you whatever you want. My son shouldn't be too hard to spot. He wears a very odd hat. You can see it from a mile away.
Okay. If I see him, I'll let him know his father is worried about him.
He wears a weird hat because he's a weird dude. Please get my weird son home. Hate this guy. Getting so weird, dude. Kaine, we've got more tedious quests to do. Hi, sweetie. Alright. I got it. You want to fight. Stop hurting the deer. Ow! You asshole. Shit. Dude kind of hurts. We're gonna stay away. Huh. If I just stay away from him, this will go so well. He hits really hard, okay? I don't want to get near him. It's not like Kaine's helping. Did I make that? Hey, don't bash my shield. Oh! I got you this time, big guy. You can't stop me. Ooh, MP recovery rate. Nice. That's a good one. Tree branch. You think the lost sun is up here? I don't like this spider. Ew, I don't like it. Oh, I can go in here? I don't actually want to. Rainbow spider silk. I really don't want to be around the spiders, to be honest. It makes me feel uncomfortable. Just genuine, don't want to be around spiders. Don't like spiders. Not interested, thank you. Hey.
Hey, are you the guy who's supposed to help repair the canal? Popola sent me to...
Oh God, it's over. My life is over.
Surely you must realize nothing good can come of being involved with this particular endeavor.
Yep.
Easy, Vice. Hey, so, are you alright? What?
It's my wife. She left home a week ago and hasn't come back. I'm so worried I can't even focus on my work. Oh, my sweet dumpling, where are you?
Oh, that's terrible. Would you like us to help you look for her?
Really? You do that for me?
Sure. But do you have any idea where we should start?
Well, she always used to enjoy drinking at the tavern with her friends.
Alright, then I guess we'll start with them.
Thank you. This means the world to me. Oh, and by the way, my wife always carries a red bag, just like mine. If you mention that, it might ring some bells.
Oh my god, matching.
I've met some odd couples in my day, but none who felt the need to wander about flaunting matching luggage.
You need to get with the times. Coordinated outfits are all the rage.
You hear that, babe? All the
Plus,
rage.
These bags are special. We bought them for our anniversary. But now my sweet dumpling is gone. And it's all my fault.
Okay. Just stay calm. We'll go look for her, alright? You sit tight.
I'm willing to bet that man knows more about his wife absconding than he's letting on.
Absconding is a good word, Vice. Hi. Hi.
Hey there, I'm, looking for a woman carrying a red bag.
Are you now? Interesting. Did something happen to her?
She hasn't been home and her husband's worried. Do you know anything about where she might be?
Trouble in paradise, is it? Oh, those two never change. Anyway, the short answer is no. She hasn't been around here either. Though come to think of it, she always got on well with the woman over at the tackle shop. Maybe you should try her?
I'll do that. Thanks.
Hey, what's the rush? You've got a cute face. Why not sit here and join me for a round? Or 3?
Sorry, ma'am, but I'm not old enough to drink.
Ma'am, that's inappropriate. What the shit is a tackle shop? It's fish. Okay. I thought so.
Hey there, do you know a woman with a red bag by any chance?
A red bag? Oh, sure. Although now that I think about it, I haven't seen her in a while.
Kind of sounds like Yona's voice.
Last time she came around, she mentioned something about leaving town. But I figured it was just idle talk.
Leaving town, huh? Alright, thanks for your time.
Yep.
If she has truly left this charming hamlet, finding her may prove most difficult indeed.
I just hope she hasn't been attacked by shades or anything.
That would be a problem. Hey, you're wearing a weird
Hey,
hat.
Are you the kid who ran away from home?
Huh? Oh man, how'd you...
Your father's worried sick about you. Why'd you leave anyway?
I thought it was my stomach, but it was birds.
Because he wants me to, like, take up the family business. And I ain't doing it, man. I'm a rebel.
Okay.
Yes, we can see that. Well, perhaps you should let your father know that you're alive and well, and also explain to him why you left.
Hat is terrible.
Oh man, why do people always gotta hassle me? Yeah, alright, I'll do it. But first, you gotta do something for me, man. The guy who runs the tavern's been helping me since I got here, and I want to give him something nice. I was thinking I could, like, cook dinner or something.
If it'll get you back home to your father's...
This guy, man, he don't eat nothing but fish all the time. So, could you give me, like, 5 pieces of mutton and 3? I can find the pans and spoons. I can find the pans and...
I need mutton and goat meat. Oh my god. Okay. Are these quests fun? Alright, let's find the girl with the red bag. Girl with a red bag. Girl with a red bag. Are you the girl with the red bag? Sorry. That isn't what I meant to do.
Something about that shade seems rather odd.
Obtained red bag.
Hey, look at this.
It is identical to the red satchel carried by the man who sent us on this mad quest. Perhaps it belongs to his spouse.
Oh no. Do you think the shades got her?
I fear it likely, lad. I sense no other activity in the immediate vicinity. We were too late.
Well, this is terrible. What are we supposed to say?
However difficult it may be, we've no choice but to tell the man the truth.
We told kids their mom died. We can tell a weird dude his wife's dead. Turn this boar around. No! Yeah! Good ride. Navigated that time. Alright, dude.
Hey, did you find my sweet dumpling?
We didn't, but we got this off a shade.
Oh no. This is hers.
So our fears were correct.
Oh God, how could this happen to her? And this is all my fault.
Let's leave him.
Honey, I'm home. Good heavens, you're a wreck. What's wrong?
Dumpling, you're not dead.
What in the world are you talking about? Oh, you found my bag. Thank you so much. I can't believe I went and dropped it like that.
Oh, this is such a relief.
Okay, seriously. What's going on? I see. So, you found a shade with my bag and assumed I'd been attacked and killed?
Yeah.
I'm just glad you're safe, Dumpling, but I'm also so sorry. This is all my fault. Oh, if I didn't eat that apple you were saving. Oh, God, I'm such an idiot! Listen, I promise I'll never eat anything of yours again. You just promise never to run away from home again, okay?
Run away? Have you lost your mind? I just went to visit my parents.
Huh?
I told you about this. Going to see my family, gone for a week. Remember? Ugh, are you serious right now? Why don't you ever listen to me?
Lad, my brilliant intuition suggests we should beat a hasty retreat from these two with all speed.
I can't believe you didn't listen to me, and you ate my apple. Ugh, you are the absolute worst.
What? Oh, like you're some perfect angel. You didn't even care enough about our anniversary to hang on to your bag. You, kid, I'm right about this, yeah? If anyone's wrong here, it's my wife, right?
Wait, you're asking me? Well, you shouldn't have eaten your wife's apple. That's not very nice.
Women.
But I was hungry, and it was just sitting there. Look, I'm glad you went looking for my wife and all, but that was low, friend. Low.
We're not friends.
Did I cross a line there?
Besides, it's pretty rich to come after me for an apple when you threw away my entire stamp collection.
Ha! You're damn right I did, and I'd do it again. You are nothing but a hoarding slob.
Oh God.
You there! My husband's in the wrong here, isn't he?
No.
Pardon, but madam, Well, to discard a man's precious hobby is a rather heinous act.
True.
Oh, yeah, of course you to take his side. Figures. You'd fit right in with his pile of collectible trash.
Collectible trash? Now see here!
Yes, this is a real quest. 1 hour later. Help.
Do you not even understand how frustrating this is, you colossal oaf? This is exactly what I hate about you.
Fine, hate me. I'll still sleep like a baby knowing I'm not an unreasonable hag like you.
Vice, what do I do?
You turn on your heel and walk away as fast as your legs can carry you, my good lad.
That's it. I have had enough. Instead of belittling me, why don't you get a proper job? Everyone in the neighborhood treats me like dirt, and it's all because of my unemployed slob of a husband.
Actually, I have a job now.
Wait, you what? You're kidding. Why didn't you tell me? That's great.
Well, I sort of wanted it to be a surprise.
Help
Oh, you
me.
big silly
Help
Billy.
me.
Well, this calls for a celebration. Come on, I'm going to bake you a nice apple pie.
We don't have any apples.
I have no idea what just transpired, but it has utterly exhausted me.
Well, looks like they made up, so all's well that ends well?
In the course of all that madness, I have forgotten why we even came here in the first place.
Oh, heck, the canal! We need to ask him about the canal!
Dude.
I can't thank you enough for all your help.
Sure, but listen, we need to talk to you about the canal.
Oh, right! That's why you came here in the first place, huh?
Yeah, yep.
Well, now that my love life is rolling in clover again, I'd be more than happy to get going on the canal work.
Heavens, that was exhausting.
Tell me about it. Anyway, let's go give Popola an update.
And I will see you in the next episode. But for now, woo! We're clocking out. Bye-bye!